Hello, everyone. Welcome to Vision today. It's Choir Sunday, so there's extra seats there. You can where the choir normally sits, they're all on stage, so you could swipe their seat permanently right now. So please stand and sing along with us to There Is Joy.
Please join me in prayer. I know that there is one life. It is God's life. It is whole and perfect and complete in every way. And we know that we are some individualized part of that one life of God's, with all of the joy within us, all of the love poured into us, all of the harmony and the abundance, the wholeness. Everything that God is found in every single one of its creations. And we are that. So we come together to remember for ourselves and for each other that wherever we are God showing up in form, and so is everyone else. With great thanks, I simply let it be. And so it is.
And with
I love having the choir. I love having the choir. Happy October. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. How's everybody doing this morning? It got really, really warm again, didn't it? It's October, and it's like, look I'm sprouting green leaves again, you know? It's supposed to be autumn. I don't know what happened. How are you doing? How's everybody out there? Nice? Yay. I'm so glad. Everything is wonderful. We are busy, busy, busy here at Vision. I'm so glad we had a lot happening. Did everyone participate in the Chamber of Prayer last week? Who was there? Who experienced it? Was that amazing or what? Was that absolutely amazing? We have our wonderful, dedicated, licensed practitioners to thank for that, so please let's acknowledge them. Thank you, each and every practitioner. It is just a wonderful gift that they give to us, and it's a transformative experience, isn't it? Wow, it changes everything. And then we had the Walk Out of Darkness that we participate every year. Scott, how much money did we raise this year? $4,900. Yay. And the Walk Out of the Darkness for suicide prevention, yay. And I love that we do that. It's just amazing. We had our prac retreat this weekend. Practitioners, was that awesome or what? We had Terry Wilder here with her gongs. Have you ever experienced that beautiful gonging meditation that she does? It's amazing. That sound just vibrates right through you. It was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And our Vision community, one of those brave souls, undertook the 5K boot camp, Marine Corps boot camp challenge. My husband, Larry. Yeah, and he finished 4th. Could you imagine? In his age bracket. I love it. Yay. So we are a happening group, boy. We are the place to be here at Vision. And if you have come here today with anything on your heart, I would love for you to see your practitioner at the end of the celebration. They're around the room. They raise your hands, practitioners and ministers. Look, we're all over. Grab one, have some prayer time. The online Vision community, we have practitioners on our meet and greet room after the celebration. Meet them there. We'll send you off to a breakout room where you can get private prayer as well. There's prayer request forms in your bulletin. You can fill it out, put it there. We'll call you at home if you put your phone number on. We will just serve you in prayer wherever you are. Wherever you are. Isn't that wonderful? Because we know that prayer changes things. It absolutely does. We finished up last week with Hispanic Heritage, right? Remember I said it goes from the 15th of September to the 15th of October, but I wanted to not forget and absolutely remember that this month is also National Disability Awareness Month, and it specifically highlights Down syndrome, ADHD, spina bifida, National Disability Employment Awareness, and to spotlight that, today, I want to bring up Jill West. She has a really great story to share with us about that. Thank you. Welcome, Jill.
Good morning. You are a beautiful group, indeed, just like Patti says. I have been asked by Larry, who works for ARC. You might know this. ARC is ARC. It stands for the Association Retarded Citizens. My mom was 72 years ago, was involved in the organization of that group. It was not known as ARC at the time. There was a bit in the paper. We lived in Ramona at the time. There were 4 children, my mom and dad, and my mother's parents. We all lived together. And my mom, our sister Jane had undergone complications when she was born, and she was brain damaged. So she was mentally retarded. My mother had 2 other children, myself and my brother, and she, of course, knew what healthy children, how they develop. Her 3rd child, Jane, was not that kind of child. She was alone in a new state, didn't have her support system with her, And so it was a lonely existence for her for a while. Our family moved from Indiana to Los Angeles, and then down to San Diego, and then to Ramona. So all those changes in schools and things were involved for my brother and me. And we ended up in Ramona. My mom was still alone because we lived out from town. Okay, that's a long story. Sorry. Anyway, they saw in the paper that there was to be a meeting in San Diego for anyone that was interested in retarded children. This was actually, tomorrow is the 72nd anniversary of the very first meeting. These people came together. There were 120 of them, not knowing nobody knew each other at all. But they formed, within a week, they had formed an organization. And their aim was to put together an organization that would serve families with retarded children and get them some services, support of all the things that they needed. Okay. Larry, over time, has given me some very well-written publications from ARC. This is one of them. Now, this was their 60-year anniversary. This is not then, of course, up to date, but I'm going to read it anyway to you because it's very well written and it lets you know what happened from that meeting. It took a week, as I said, and on October 31st, 1951, the San Diego Society for Exceptional Children was voted into existence, and the Arc of San Diego, as we know it now, was founded. It was an incredible group, desperate parents, strangers to one another, gathering together because they knew an alternative had to exist for their children. These pioneers, of which my mom was one, became advocates, public speakers, lobbyists, fundraisers, writers, and teachers, blazing trails in uncharted territory, overcoming obstacles, doing whatever it took. What started out as a small association has grown and matured into a respected and admired organization with, and these numbers are way out of date, I know, with over 1,000 professional staff dedicated to providing a wide array of life-improving services to more than 2,500 individuals with disabilities. Now, we're privileged to have mandatory public education for all, which was wonderful, the regional center system, California's master plan for special education, supplemental security income, the Lanterman Act, I do not know what that is, sorry, deinstitutionalization, early prevention, employment, respite care, independent living, and self-advocacy. And thus ends the commercial for ARC. So, but again, if you don't know Larry, if you don't love Larry, get to know him and love him. He works as a job coach for men who are employed around the city, and he goes and assists with, he's the go-between between the personal people and their employers. So he does a terrific job. I mean, you know he does. So,
Thank you, Jill. Just touches everybody's heart. Once again, if you have anything on your heart, you know we're here to support you in prayer. So at the end of the celebration, I'm going to call up the practitioners here. They'll be at the front of the room. They'll be ready and available for one-on-one prayer for you. But right now, what I think oh wait, I know, I forgot the guest packets, didn't I? How can I do that? We have guest packets. They're in the back of the room on the prayer table, or you may have seen them on the way in if you came in the front door, in the lobby, on the guest the guest table, in the back on the way out. They're at the exit. We have them all over the place. You can't miss them. Pick one up, share one with a friend, and let's say the welcome together. Are you ready? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. Okay, we said that. Now turn to somebody and say, welcome to Vision. Welcome them on in. Go to lunch afterward. Do something. Say hi. Say hi. Hi. I love it. We're such a chatty group. How you doing? Okay, we good? I'm going to turn it over to James. We're gonna sing our centering song, yes, and prepare us for a 5-minute meditation. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Diane Russell, and I am a staff minister here at Vision. I'm going to read you a couple of quotes, and you can take these into your heart as we move into the silence, and the bowl will bring us into and out of the 5-minute meditation. So the first one is from Lao Tzu. It says, "When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. When I let go of what I have, I receive what I need." And from Ernest Holmes, our founder, "It isn't enough just to know that the pipeline of our existence begins in the high mountaintops, into which the hand of God is pouring the eternal waters of life. We have to be certain that we are also an outlet to it. It is only as the other end of the pipe is kept open that the water can flow." My dear ones, please know with me that there is one and only one. There is one power, one presence, one infinite intelligence and wisdom, and that this one, call it spirit or God, call it whatever feels comfortable to you, but know that this one is the one life. It is who and what we are. It's like air. We're inside of it, and it's inside of us. I know from this knowing that we are all connected. We are all brothers and sisters in love. We are brothers and sisters in spirit. We are all connected. We are family. And for those of us that are feeling weary, I know that there is rest in God, that there is rest in the open and loving arms of Spirit, and that rest is important. It balances out all of our doing. And for those of us that are feeling not strong in body or in emotion, know also that that healing power of Spirit is flowing through you right here and right now. It flows through each one of us. It is the power and presence of God. There is strength in this knowing. For those of us that feel any kind of struggle, know that that is temporary. Know that as we lift our eyes and our mind to that higher place, that all that heaviness dissipates. I know that there is good and only good always available to us. I know that as we look toward it, we see more good, and all that other stuff can fall away. We have to open. We open to the flow, and then we give. It is the law of circulation in action. Let go now of what does not serve you. Let go now of all that heaviness and negativity. And open and embrace who we are, love-filled beings, love-filled in light, filled with joy, filled with love and laughter. I am grateful so much for this teaching. I am grateful for each one here in service and just being present. I'm grateful for this music, all of it, gratitude. And so know with me now that it is complete and done in the mind of God and in form. And so it is.
Makes me cry. Thank you. That was just delightful. Wonderful. Here we are, playing with paradox. Yep, we're still here. I swear, we started off the month, right, examining paradox of our time. And then we moved along and we talked about the paradox of our age. Two important topics, although it escapes me why they are. And then last week, Reverend Jean brought us the third way, which I thought was fascinating, bringing together these two seemingly opposing views, right, to birth a third or a best way, right, best practice way, and I loved it. So you can explain it to me later, right, what we're talking about when we talk about paradox, because today I'm talking about the biggest paradox of, I think, religious science, which is letting go and receiving, right? That's today's talk, letting go and receiving, and you know what I'm talking about, right? Holy moly. There is the paradox, letting go and receiving. Wait, what? Wait, what? Letting go. You know, this is the fifth stage, right, of our affirmative prayer. We have RURTR, right? We shorten it. Are you ready to receive? I love that. It's like a little acronym. Anyway, it takes little to amuse me. Okay, so recognition, unification, realization, that's the I know and accept stage, right? And then thanksgiving and release. Release is the fifth step. It's really, really important. It's right there in our prayer. So it's got to be really, really important. We sing about it, right? I release and I let go. Come on, choir, come join me. I release and I let go. Yeah, okay, you know. Anyway, we sing about it. It is that important. And the release step is there for a good reason. It's there so that we let go. We let go and we trust Spirit. We have to let go so that Spirit can handle it from there. And that takes trust, doesn't it? It's like that old story. There's an old story about a little girl with a broken doll, right? Her little broken dolly that she loves. And her dad said, let me take a look at it. I think I can fix it for you, but she can't let go of it, right? She loves it so much, he can't pry it out of her hands so that he could take it to the workbench to fix it. And that's the way we are, right? A lot of times with our challenges and our problems is that we won't let go of them long enough to let Spirit take over and let Spirit handle them and fix them, right? Ernest Holmes talks about planting seeds. That's the analogy he's always used in this teaching, is the idea, the divine idea, the thing that comes through you, is planted into that receptive medium, that universal receptive mind, the creative medium, and it can grow there. The seed, the thought, the thing of your desire can grow there. And the law takes over at that point. The law is that creative medium. It takes over there and it starts growing the seed into a plant. And then form happens. He says, just as a person plants a seed in a garden and puts into the ground the seeds of what he wants to grow or flower for him, the creative principle acts on the seeds to bring forth that which is invisible image or essence within the seed. There is an invisible essence within the seed. The whole plant is within the seed, isn't it? So that it can grow into formation. The law has its way with it. The soil has its way with it. And what was inside then becomes a plant. So we plant this seed of thought. We plant the seed of thought only to disturb it by digging it up every few minutes. Wondering where the plant is, wondering what's happening, wondering why it hasn't bloomed yet, why it hasn't sprouted, why isn't it above the ground? Ernest Holmes goes on to say, we plant the seed, it evolves a plant. To plant a seed of thought then, and then uproot it with doubt or denial or undue haste or anxiety, anybody? Is to neutralize our own effort. It is to neutralize our own effort. It would be like planting corn and then uprooting it every few days to see if it's growing. We must learn to trust the law of growth, since it is a natural part of the order of cause and effect. We have to put it in there. We have to trust Something is at work doing what it does, whatever you want to call it, and that the result is the plant in its own time, in its own way. You know those stories about the bamboo? You know, have you heard those stories? For years and years, there are certain species of bamboo that you plant the seed in the ground and you water it and you give it sun and you water it and you give it sun and you water it and you give it sun for like 6 or 7 years, and nothing happens. And then after about 7 years, it finally breaks through the ground. There's a little tiny bamboo plant, and then it can grow 6 feet in a season. Right? So it's just its own way, its own timing. We need to trust that and water it and give it sun and water it and give it sun. We need to learn to trust the law, that aspect of the divine, the universal subjective mind. Ernest Holmes called it that because it's subject to something. He called it the subjective mind. This is the aspect of God called the universal subjective mind because it is subject to something. It's subject to the word. The seed. All it can do is receive the seed and then do what it does. Open up the seed, crack it open, do what it does in the dark, just like the soil does. Subject to the thought that is put into it. We trust it to do its job. Its job. Not ours, its. We have our own job to do, right? That's trusting, that's having faith, that's moving forward, taking the steps we take at the level of the effect, at the physical level, doing what is ours to do. You know, Oswald Chambers said, we have to pray with our eyes on God and not on our difficulties. Well, you know, a couple of years ago, after my dad passed, I arranged to have some pieces of furniture moved from my dad's house in Florida to my house here in San Diego. And they were beautiful pieces, 6 just really gorgeous pieces of furniture, antiques, have been in the family for generations. And the movers came and got the things. And my sister and my brother-in-law, God bless them. They were a godsend. Kathy and Tom wrote down everything. You know, the names of the movers and the license plate of the truck and the, you know, just everything. They wrote down. I was like, what, the time that they were there, the time that they left, the whole bit. Thank God. Okay. So a few weeks later, or I don't know, a few months maybe, I don't even remember. I get a call. The crates had been delivered here in San Diego, and another truck was going to bring them here. Yay, I'm getting my things. So the shipment comes, and it's short, 1 piece of furniture. And I said, excuse me, shipped 6, got 5. There's a problem here. And they got poor gentleman that, you know, he was like, I just brought you crates. That's all I do. That's my job. I bring you crates. And so they questioned the delivery guy, of course, and he only makes deliveries here in San Diego. So then I called the Florida guys. Those were the ones who brought the furniture to the warehouse, crated it for shipping. And I said, yeah, forgot something. The 1 more piece, you forgot a piece. I got 5, and I needed 6. And he said, oh, no, everything we took from your house, we packed and shipped. And I said, but then I would have had 6 pieces, and I only have 5. So I'm short 1 piece, so you left it out somewhere along the way. And he said, are you calling me a liar? And I went, well, you're calling me a liar. See how it devolved? Okay, so it was like, no, there was 6 pieces, and what did you do with the other one, you know, and where did it go, and how come? And I just, you know, did you ever do that? Anybody ever go there? Okay, so I called the guy every day. I was like, hey, Sparky, look, it's your daily call from me. Have you found my piece of furniture yet? Not only did I call him, but I faxed him pictures of the furniture that was missing. And I faxed the workers, and I faxed the owners, and I called, and I sent pictures to everybody, and I put a reward on it, and I just called him up every day. This is your daily call from you-know-who, from California. Oh, my God. And I will be your worst nightmare. I'm a minister on a mission. Oh, good Lord. Do you ever? Have you ever? And you know, and I thought, oh my God, I am exhausting myself here, right? Now you're going to ask me, did I go to prayer? Well, of course. It's the first thing we do, right? I went to prayer. I went to that most physical of prayers. You know what I'm talking about, right? When we're supposed to be in the mind of the absolute, but we're really in the mind of the condition, and we're praying for absolute vengeance. And I'm thinking, wow, okay, And so here's God. Here's what you got to do, God. You got to get me that piece of furniture back, and I want Sparky over there smited. The one in Florida? Smite him. Would you please smite him for me? Oh, yeah, that was the prayer in the beginning, right? I am just so cute when I'm spinning out of control. I just like adorable, right? Aren't you adorable when you spin out of control, like when you totally lose it? So after the physical prayer, right, after exhausting all possible energy that I had in my body about this, finally surrendered, right? Do you get to that place of surrender? I got nothing. I've just got surrender. And I finally run out of prayers about the difficulty. I'm done with prayers about the difficulty and overcoming the difficulty. And finally, I pray on God. I pray on God, Spirit, the ineffable, the unknowable, the ground of all being. And I pray peace. And I pray peace because that's really where I wanted to be. I just wanted to be at peace over this. And then I released. And then I let it go. And then I receive. Isn't that the way it works? Ernest Holmes said, as your consciousness lifts itself above the problem into spiritual atmosphere of affirmation, the problem disappears. And the answer takes its place. And about a half hour later, the woman from the original company I hired to move this stuff called. Well, actually, she emailed me with a picture, with a photo of my furniture and asked me, was this the missing piece? And that's what I said. Oh my God, where did you find it? And she said, San Francisco. And I said, oh yeah, Sparky in Florida. San Diego, San Francisco, meh, what's the diff? I still had work to do forgiving him, apparently, right? But how many times do we fall into that? Anybody? Anybody else besides me? Fall into trying to fix the situation? Trying to fix it. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. So we attach ourselves to it physically at first. I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to move it over here, right? That's the physical solution to our problem. And then there's the mental, right? I'm just going to pray that this moves over here. I'm going to pray it here. We go to the mental solution, and then finally, we move into the realm of the absolute. Wow, I surrender. I surrender. All right? God does what God does. I can just do what I can do. I can spend a lot of time in the difficulty I have found, wrestling it to the ground. You know that place in the Bible where they wrestled the angel for the blessing? Kind of the thing. I mean, really. Wrestling it, beating it up, trying to solve it, pushing it to a conclusion, forcing things to try to happen until finally, we surrender. And sometimes, rarely, sometimes I go directly to surrender, don't you? Sometimes it's like, I just know. I know, nothing's lost in God, everything's well. But sometimes I have to go through all of the drama, all of the melodrama. But when we dwelling in answered prayer, when we dwell in answered prayer, there is no situation to be overcome. There is no situation to be overcome. There's just God to be realized. Let go and receive. Let go and receive. Ernest Holmes said, every problem contains its own answer. If you think of the problem as a question, an inquiry, and not as an obstruction. And I think this is Noah St. John's book, Affirmations. He talks about asking the right questions. Ask the right questions, right? So we ask our problems, we turn our problems into questions. Why is this? Why is that? They're inquiries. They're not problems to be overcome. And then Ernest Holmes said, thinking this way will help your mind will keep your mind not on the repetitious thought of the problem, but on the receipt of a definite answer. And that's where we need to be. And as long as we keep concentrating on the problem, as long as we keep concentrating on fixing the problem, we are immersed in the problem. Do you see how that works? We're feeding the problem, really. When you're stuck in the problem, you are feeding the problem with your own energy. Our energy is the currency we use when we pay attention. See, we pay. Get it? Isn't that hilarious? Okay. Energy is the currency we use when we pay attention to something. So we're sending it all of that energy. We have to lift ourselves, like Ernest Holmes said, lift ourselves into the spiritual atmosphere of affirmation and stop dwelling in the difficulty. And in Science of Mind, he said, cause and effect are but two sides of one thought. Spirit being all is both cause and effect. Prayer, then, is its own answer. The Bible tells us before they call, I will answer, right? So before our prayer is even framed in words, God already knows. The answer is already there. But if our prayer is one of partial belief, Ernest Holmes says, then there's only a tendency toward an answer. If the next day we are wholly in doubt, then there's no answer at all. We are dealing with mind. We are dealing with a force we cannot fool. And Emma Curtis Hopkins, bless her little soul, she said to us, God does not work in a lie, which is kind of like an in-your-face sort of way of saying the same thing. God does not work in a lie. And when we are doubting Spirit's ability to do what it does, we are lying to ourselves. Spirit is that ineffable source. Spirit is that eminent and transcendent force that is within us and beyond all, and can do anything with anything. And we're going, yeah, but not this, right? I am the one and only exception to God's rule. It won't work for me. God does all there is to do. God does all there is to do through us. Remember, going back to Emma, God works through me to will and to do whatever ought to be done by me. We must surrender. We must give up to God what is God's to do. And we must do our work, which is faith and trust and belief that good abounds all the time, everywhere. Because that's all there is God. Ernest said, I love this, Ernest said, the answer to the prayer is the prayer when it is being prayed. The answer to the prayer is in the prayer when it's being prayed. The belief of the one praying sets in motion the law of love, which is the fundamental law of the universe. The very act of praying in itself has the answer. Wholly focused on our good, wholly focused on our God, on our goal. Letting go of the how, right? Everybody wants to work for God, but only as an advisor. Right? Here's what you do. Let me tell you, right? Well, I want to tell God what to do. Here you go. Let me just, quiet, sit down. Let me talk to you. We have to let go of that. Let go. Open our hands from what we're hanging on to, right? And normally what we're hanging on to is the way it should be, or the way it should go, or the way it should happen, right? We have to let go of that. Our hands have to be open. Let go what we're carrying, what we're holding, our presumptions, our ideas, our own expectations, so that we have our hands open so that we can accept the new thing, whatever it is. Oh, you can't accept anything new if you're clutching, if your hands are balled up and you're clutching what you already have, right? You're clutching things. Do you ever see people walking around and they got their hands closed and they got stuff under their arms and they're walking? Those are the people I always ask, hey, can you tell me the time? It's just like I said, little things amuse me. Anyway, you know, if you're hanging on to everything, you cannot accept anything new. You've got to let go in order to receive. Our hands have to be open. We cannot accept the new thing if we're still grasping and clutching the old thing. Let go and receive. Let go and receive. Let go and receive. Thank you. done. Everybody up on their feet. Yes, indeed. So now it is time for conscious circulation. This is your opportunity to give back, your first and best, this whole staying in the flow of giving and receiving. We have cards for you. Reach in the pocket of that chair in front of you and find those affirmation cards. If you give online, that's what you want. You want those affirmations. So if it's not in the chair in front of you, it's next, whatever. It's around someplace. I know they're there. They're all there. Everybody have their affirmation cards. This is what you put in the basket if you're giving online, right? You put this in the basket. Or if you love the quote, bring it home with you. Take it home and put it up on your refrigerator, right? Or up your bathroom or your mirror or whatever. In the visor, in your car, so you can see it all the time. This is our reminder to keep it conscious. Keep it conscious. Know that you are giving, because as you give, so do you receive. And when we're conscious of being in the flow, we receive good, we pass it on. We receive good, we pass it on. We stay in the flow of God's good. We don't dam it up or block it by not being conscious of it. You want to be conscious of your circulation. So, put your gift over your heart or your card or whatever it is that you're doing, you're donating, you're supporting vision. So I know in prayer right here, right now, that God is abundance. It's a quality of God. I know it is limitless. I know that there is no shortage. There is no place in the universe that is absent of God's energy. It is all over, all the place, all the time, everywhere. It is in our soul. It is in our cells. It is in the very fiber of our being. The energy which is God is everywhere equally present, and I know it's right here, and I know it is abundance and joy and harmony. I mean, listen to the music. It is everywhere. God's energy is everywhere, including us. We are a part of that. We are some thread in the tapestry of all life. We are unique individualizations of God, and we have within us everything that God is, from abundance to wholeness and everything in between. So I know our good flows to us in unending torrents, and we pass on our good to those people, places, and things that support us spiritually. And we love and nurture those around us as well. So giving great thanks for all of this good that is circulating all through vision and beyond, I simply let it be, and so it is. And now it is time for the Miracle Minute, and I know I have one. Well, look at that. Excuse me. Oh, la, 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 la. There you go. I know I have Miracle Minute right here to share you. Oh, I have one that was texted to me this morning, which I love. This is from Candy. She was diagnosed with breast cancer, had her surgery October 13th. She was planning to come to Vision this morning, but she said, nah, she's just not feeling up to it, of course, but she wanted us to know she just received the pathology, and they said it was taken care of, it was early, and she's in all clear. And so we're celebrating that. And she said she wanted to thank the practitioners, and she is grateful, and we are grateful. Right? We are grateful that restoration to perfect health happens. And here's the second one I got. I'm sharing something that feels very personal. She said, I was in a dispute over money. At first I was angry. Do I know anything about that? At first I was angry, I knew that wasn't going to help, so went to prayer for abundance. Spirit suggested that I just write an email from the place of we are one. And I asked them politely and clearly if they thought it would be fair to honor the contract. I wished them well, I pressed send, and I released it to the universe. And she said she never expected to hear anything back, but she got a text the next Saturday morning that the bank had deposited the money in her account. I love that. Talking about releasing, right? Letting go and receiving. It's just a perfect demonstration. She said, I'm still dumbfounded by the power of prayer. Aren't we all? Yeah, and then there was a little addendum. There was a follow-up. She said just this morning she received an email from a company that said they value her skills and they'd like her to do 2 workshops for them on financial statements. She said, I think I'll say yes. I love it. Answered prayer. It is wonderful. So just whenever you realize it, because sometimes these things, these good things happen and we forget to write them down, right? Be conscious of them. Be aware. Be awake. Write them down. Send them to me. I'll share them. It's great. Now it is time for The Last Word by Johnny Kirko.
You can keep playing. Hello, everybody online. We continue our Vision Meet and Greet. Join us for our congregation or our group outside there, and we have practitioners available for one-on-one prayer. I'd like to have you join us for an afternoon there. It takes about an hour. So also today within Vision is our Vision Connections, which is our small groups headed up by Steve Cooper over here and Linda Wynn, who are working that. If you want to be a part of that group, one of the things that they do is they support our community. So if you're looking for some support, you're looking to just learn more about Vision, or you want to get more friends here at Vision, join our special little home group. We're doing this every other week right now. Steve Cooper is going to be doing that in the kids' room or in, we call it Marjorie's room. So join us. So we had a concert scheduled for this Thursday night, and it was with the Harmony Express. And we just found out this morning that Janet has got COVID. Yeah, so we are going to cancel the concert for this Thursday, but we're going to honor anybody who wants to keep the tickets, and we'll do another concert January, summer, February. If you want your money back, just let me know. We'll go ahead and refund you there. So thank you for supporting that. Sorry, Janet, we love you. We know you're getting better. We will see you soon. We have a workshop starting up with Hummingbird. Come on up, Hummingbird, talking on the honoring the crossroads. What do we got?
Oh my God. Okay, hello everybody. Hello everybody online. I'm so excited. I can't contain myself. Anyway, I'm serious. I have to ground. Okay, so Catherine and I, and Eric, would like to invite you to a fabulous event of meeting at the crossroads of change. Ooh. With the divine feminine Hecate and Oya. Whether you want to change your job, house, your lover, your life, your attitude, or change from guilt to freedom, judgment to compassion, this is for you. It's going to be so awesome. We will meet at the crossroads, tell Oya what we would like to change in our lives, then walk with Hecate in the darkness as the illuminated lights light our path. And also, we will gather up in the circle and go through a wonderful meditation of rebirth. By the way, if you are scared of the dark, you should remember this. As you were a baby in your mother's womb, you were loved, you were worthy, you were protected, and you were nourished. And after that, we will have delicious cake and delightful tea in the closing. And this is Wednesday, November 1st, right here at Vision. See you soon.
Thank you, Hummingbird. At Vision, we don't do anything without cake. Cake is a very important thing of what we do at Vision. So November 5th, 2 Sundays from now, we are celebrating all of our volunteers. And so we're going to be having a volunteer appreciation lunch. So we're inviting everybody so it's not this next coming Sunday, but on the 5th. We're celebrating all of you who have been part of our volunteering program, and we want to thank you for that. Reverend Patti mentioned about the Out of the Darkness walk. You see the lovely little picture right up there. Those are some of our peeps who were out there yesterday walking. Thank you, Scott, for putting that together. We appreciate it. So Be the Change, we're talking about volunteering and appreciating all of the volunteers who are a part of Vision. Today, we are celebrating and honoring Ulrich, who is in our choir over here. So Ulrich does maintenance here at Vision. You can see she's singing in the choir. She walked in the walk yesterday. They just started coming here this year, and they're really embracing Vision, and I want to recognize the work you do, Ulrich. Thank you very much. Adopt-A-Bill is continuing here at Vision. Thank you, everybody who has been a part of the Adopt-A-Bill. It's very cute. And so the way it works, again, if you're not familiar with it, there's stickies over there on the board. Take one of those, go see Paul in the bookstore, or go online into our website or an email I send out to you, the V-Newsletter, and there's a way of donating. And again, it's our bills that we have during the year, and you support all of the what we do here at Vision over and above your tithe and help us take care of those bills. And we want to thank everybody who has said yes to that and those who continue to it. Because what do we know in the prayer? It's already done. So I already know these bills are all taken care of. Reverend Patti told us that today in our talk. Yes. Get a bill. I want to say a big shout out to Dan Achapinti for last night's concert. We had a lot of fun. There was a dance floor. There were people dancing and singing all the songs. I mean, those of us who are over 60, and there's like 4 of us in that room that are not there. We were having a lot of fun, really good music and stuff. Dano, that was really a lot of fun. And I don't know, I was sitting there listening to him last night, and there was a little hint of Paul McCartney in his voice. Dan Achapinti, really good stuff. Really fun concert. Thank you, Dano, for doing that with us. Next week, Reverend Patti will be back. Her talk title is Living in the Mystery. Ooh. And we have new singer Tess Kempner that Mark knows, so we're looking forward to having her. Also, it's the week right before Halloween, the Sunday, so Halloween's Tuesday. So come dressed up if you want to come dressed up. We're looking forward to Halloween fun. And those who don't get dressed up, Vision's supplying a little fun thing too. So whether you bring a costume or not, you will have a costume in this space. Yes, so come on your own. If not, who knows what it is. Last year we were wearing tights, huh, Andy? Yeah. So I'm not saying you're wearing tights, but it could get ugly quick. Thanks so very much.
It's not ugly, it's different. We're going to stand up now. I'd love for the practitioners to come to the front of the room, be ready for prayer, and we're going to all stand up and say our affirmations together because they're powerful. They're little ways in which we retrain our thinking, right? And we just begin to outpicture different facts. So let's take a deep breath. All right, have I got the right ones? Yay! Okay, we're going to say them together. You ready? With me? I let go of what is to receive something better. Miracles happen to me and through me every day. Anything I can't control teaches me to let go. I need that one. Okay, we'll say 3 again. Anything I can't control teaches me to let go. Oh my gosh, how awesome is that? Awesome. So going within here one last time, let's pray together, knowing that God is all there is. And that is what we pray. We pray God is all there is. We pray above the trouble, above the challenge, above the problem. We go straight to source. We know God is all there is. We know that. And so right in the prayer being prayed is the answer to prayer. That is the peace of God flowing through us and as us in the world. And it changes conditions around us. I give great thanks for this. I simply know it is. I know God is all there is. I know we are one with that and as that. And so it is.